I slept that night, and then when I got up in the morning, like probably 8 or 9 o'clock, I was going, it's definitely working time. Like they were regular. I think when we spoke, they were like every 15 minutes apart. But it was just me, myself and my son at home. Like I hadn't called a birth coach or anything at this point. It was just relaxing. And
so this was Wednesday morning?
Wednesday morning, yeah, around, like I said, around 9 o'clock. So finally around like 10, 11 or 10, I said, I should probably call my mom here to come because I don't know how fast things are going to happen.
Right.
But I didn't feel like I needed any extra support or anything. I could go about my regular day. And she came in, she got there like maybe around 11 o'clock. And by the time I'd already been using like my breathing techniques and had been like kind of counting each contraction. I was just counting down through, like going deeper and deeper. And then when she got there, I got in the bath and got out and I did the deepening CD, and I just relaxed for a little while, just lay on the bed. She took care of my son. I just kind of went to, like, kept calling it my zone, went in the zone, and just totally zoned out.
Did you use your birthing day affirmation CD?
Didn't even get there.
Wow.
I was like, didn't even get there. I was just focusing on deepening and counting like deeper through each, like every time that I would have a birthing wave. And I kept thinking in my head, like, it's pressure, and calling it pressure, and reminding myself that it was pressure. And that's all it felt like.
Right.
And it really did just feel like a lot of pressure. And Mom came and checked on me, and she was like, how far apart are they? I was like, I don't really feel like I need to time them right now. And I'm like totally like very, very chill, very in the zone. So I'm like, I'm just really relaxed and comfortable. I don't need to time them. We're okay. And she started timing them.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just like give her a signal with my hand, like when a contraction would start. And she could tell because I could close my eyes and, be really into what was going on, like be really internal.
Right.
And by this point I'd lost my plug.
Okay.
And I knew like I didn't have a lot of bloody show. So I think there wasn't so many physical changes that I was like waiting for something more dramatic to happen.
Right, yeah.
I'd start to change. So I found myself making noise for my contractions. And it was almost like a very natural progression. And I was still doing the counting, like in my head being very internal, but it was almost like there was so much power that you had to like release something. Like I couldn't keep it all. Like,
you mean with the noise that you were making?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it wasn't like moaning, like oh, so much pain. It was just like more like humming. Or,
right. Yeah.
And then my little guy would get up in the bed with me, and he would touch my face because my mother-in-law was really like, I feel laboring at home, I'm really scary for Malcolm and stuff. It wasn't scary at all. He would get up and he'd touch my face and he'd mimic me. He'd be like, mommy, and then I would like bust out laughing. It would be just so nice. It was so intimate and like really was in the car on the way there. So he dropped me out the door. He was like, can I get you a wheelchair? I was like, no, I just really need to move. I just need you to just go park the car. I just need to move right now. So I just had to keep walking. So here I am walking down, the long corridor, like the yellow brick road, like going down the elevator. So I'm walking, and I'm like, waddle, and I go, oh, like this, down, stop, and have this huge pressure wave, and then like waddle, and then like, oh. Behind me and cut up to me. And by the time I got like towards the elevators, I was like leaning on him, like during like every time I'd have a wave. So I got in the elevator, but I hit 5, and thankfully when we got to the 3rd floor, like I wasn't even thinking, I just like banged 5 on the thing because now I'm really like knowing that this is like things are gonna happen really quickly. So I hit 5, and thankfully the nurse saw us when we got to the 3rd floor. She's like, labor and delivery. I'm like this. Oh, right? I'm really like bent over. I'm like, yeah. It's just like, you need to get off here. So I got up, and my husband was like, you really need to get in a wheelchair at this point. You can't walk any further. So he put me in a wheelchair. It just happened to him as soon as you go through the door. And they heard me coming because they all came out and were like, I guess it's very clear, I think, when a woman is in that transitional stage,
Yeah.
So even though I didn't feel like it was everyone else around me, because it was like, I didn't feel like things were as intense as they were, as everyone else around me could kind of see it.
Right.
So when they took me in, my water hadn't broken or anything at this point. So they took me in and made me put on a Johnny coat, which I was like, are you serious? I just want to like be naked and like take all my clothes off and push a baby out. So I was really irritated that they made me put on a Johnny coat, and that was when I first felt like I broke from what I had learned like in Hypnobabies. I felt I lost it for a bit because people were irritating me, and like I had to like put my bullet piece out and be like, like I was so focused on trying to like get through every pressure wave that I couldn't deal with people like interfering with it.
Right.
So it took me a minute to get back in, so I got on the gurney right away. So this is only 17 minutes, like from the time I walked in until the time he was born. So all it was I got on, they got me on like the table, they put me right into the birthing room, and I got on my side because I really felt like I needed to be on my side. I wanted to push on my side because I had a history of tearing, and it can minimize tears. So she checked me right away, and then she said, "You're past 8 centimeters. Like we're about to have a baby." And she took some blood, and she walked out, I guess, to let the doctor know, or went to leave, and I had another pressure wave, and I said, "I'm pushing!"
Oh my gosh.
So I just remember lifting my leg up. I just felt like I had to, like, just do something. So I remember lifting my leg up on my side, and she went to look, and when she did, the baby was crowning. That was it. He was coming.
Oh my gosh.
It was time, yeah. So I just did, like, small pushes, and it felt, like, so amazing to be able to feel him coming and feel the relief that comes when you push. Oh, and that's what got me through, like, every single push and every contraction after that, like every wave that was coming, I would go, and I could push, yes, and like it was just totally relieving. Yeah, it was awesome.
So was the doctor there?
Nope, not at that point. So they called in, everybody was kind of like scrambling a little bit, and they flipped me on my back. I didn't really have control over anything because it was so quick that I didn't have a conversation with anybody, but I felt like it still felt good to feel physically in control of kind of what was happening with the birth. So yeah, they turned me so they could see kind of what was happening, and it was like 4 pushes, and it was like 2. The next push or so, I think his head was out, and then they broke my water as he was actually being born, like in the amniotic sac. Yeah.
Wow.
They broke my water as he was born, and then he was here. That was it. They put him up on my chest. Like I was totally coherent. I was like, "Hi!" Like got to hug him and kiss him, and he was like right. He was just so close. He was right there, and yeah, and I didn't feel any like.
You said Hypnodad was great about doing the
yes,
the relax cue and getting you back into your zone.
When I came in and they stressed me out with Johnny Goes, he was really good with using the relax cue. I found good, and I actually had to ask him afterwards. I said, "Did you do the relax cue? Is that what you're doing?"
Happened? Yeah.
Because I vaguely kind of remembered that that's what was happening. Yeah, he was just putting his hand on my arm, going, "Relax now, relax," and that kind of like really cued me back in really quickly. It was
excellent.
Super
Yay,
awesome.
Hypnodad.
Yeah, yay, Hypnodad. And the night before we did the script and stuff as well. We did, I think it was the second one? Maybe one of the birthday ones. We did a script the night before and stuff that helped me get ready, like to be calm to go to sleep.
Excellent.
But it was awesome. And then afterwards, I got up, got a shower, put my clothes back on. Like they were
so
like.
How long after you delivered did you get up?
Well, they had to do some repair work, so I was lying there for probably took maybe 45 minutes, I'd say. So I used, with the baby on my chest, I used the deepening techniques again while they did repair work, and that was fine. It was, even after, like, I was so, like, blissed out from having him and everything that I could, it was a little bit uncomfortable, but yeah, it was great. And then, so once they, like, finished all the repair work, they got me up and set me up and everything. I was like, I really want to can I just go to the bathroom now? Is that cool? They're like, "Do you need help?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." So because I just went on and got a shower, the nurse was like, "Wow, like, are you sure you're gonna be okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is perfect." So they were totally shocked that, how did you be here so fast and just be so calm through the whole thing? Yeah, I was like, Hypnobabies, everybody do Hypnobabies. So everybody's really curious about they're like, "How did you do that? How did you stay at home that long?" Because even my OB said, because I had a conversation with her, like, I really want to stay home as long as possible. So at what point is it crucial that I go to the hospital? Because that's going to be really key for me. Like, I really don't want to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So I want to leave as long as possible. And she said, around 5 minutes, but she said, "Don't worry. People don't get past 5 centimeters without feeling the need to be in hospital and feeling the urgency and feeling in pain." And I was like, okay. So
Except if they do
when
Hypnobabies.
Yeah, exactly. Except apparently, because I'd never ever felt that urgent rush. I just kind of felt like, okay, I think it's time. Like, I think we should go.
Yeah.
I never felt like I had to go to the hospital. I never felt like there was anything wrong. I never felt scared. I never felt
And your
pain.
intuition was like bang on,
Bang on,
too,
yeah.
you know?
It was bang on. I literally got there in the perfect timing that I wanted to. So.